So what we're going to do today is we're going to make Chinese eggplants. And then on top of that, we're going to use silken tofu. This is soft. Progresso breadcrumbs over it. And then we're going to bake this in the oven.
Welcome to Healthy Vegan Living.
So you need some Japanese eggplants. I'm using 2. You need some silken tofu, soft. You'll need to have 1 avocado that's very ripe. And you'll need some breadcrumbs. You need to have a sharp knife to cut this. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this first. We're going to be cutting it on, instead of it being straight like a wheel, it's going to be on the bias. So it will be like this. We want it to be like this. And we're doing this just so that it looks a little bit better. About 1/4 of an inch. Now, normally with this type of vegetable, you put salt in it, so because there is a lot of juice inside an eggplant. We're not doing this time. So come back to me in a little bit and I'll have this all done and I'll show you the next step. Two tablespoons Italian seasoning placed inside this olive oil. Now mix it. Take the brush, just put it on all of the pieces. What you want is a very light coating. So just place a light layer, the lightest that you can get away with, and put it on each of these eggplant pieces. Now once that's done, we'll set up the next level where we're going to add the silken tofu over the top of it, and we're going to add the avocado as a final piece. Now this is the finished tray. What we have here is we have placed the tofu on top as a one single layer, and then on top of that we placed on the breadcrumbs, and then we added a little bit of avocado as a little bit of a little treat. We're going to bake this in the oven for 30 minutes as soon as we get the garlic out. The last layer is to put a garlic on top over the top of it. Should be a very interesting treat, perfect for a party. Okay, now this is how we do this. After you put in the onion and the Italian seasoning over the top of it, you're going to take a spoon like this. You're just going to put a little bit on the top. So I'm going to start it off. You're going to spread it across like this. Don't do that. Now, normally you would use eggs, but this is vegan cooking, so we don't use eggs. But it turns out that an egg alternative happens to be tofu, and it's sure a lot easier to make than say you were to use flaxseed. Okay, so once you have that layer, you take the Italian seasoning . Once you have sufficient breadcrumbs, then you take your avocado and you just lay it on top. sometimes you might have to put 2 pieces of avocado, but that's okay. Okay, and that's it. So you have to do this for this entire tray. By the time we do this, we have 23 more minutes for the garlic to be finished, and that'll be the last final component. So what we have now is we have 2 trays ready to go in the oven. This one's all prepared. This one will be done next. Alright, so we'll see in a little bit. Now, why are we doing this? Turns out tofu is your protein source for this meal. You have a little bit of avocado, which is a little bit, the avocado is mostly fat. Your nightshade eggplant on the bottom. It's okay, TJ. She'll be right back. Now, the way you know this is ready is you take your fork and if it goes right through, you know it's ready. See? Alright, so what we have to do next is from here, bring it over here. Now the final part is to take a little bit of this garlic and put it on top of all these pieces. So I'll show you how I do it. Now it's hot, so take it in the middle like this. Grab it, just take a very small spoon. And you see what comes out? And you'll take that little piece and you'll lay it on top. And you'll do that to all of the other ones. You might eventually have to take it apart so that you can get to the garlic. Now this could be a dinner, but it also could be a very good appetizer. Same with every time. And later on we'll come back and we'll smooth it out like this so that the garlic really gets to have a good layer on top. Alright, so I'm going to get this done and I'll show you what the next process is, what the next step is. Okay, so this tray is ready to go in the oven. The very, very last step is to put a minuscule amount of salt on the top. This is Himalayan sea salt. Just a little, nothing on top, just a little bit of the salt. If you don't feel comfortable with doing that, you could use your fingers. Sometimes it is easier to, okay. Once that's done, watch me put it in the oven. Put this one in the bottom. The next part is with this one here. This has been the garlic one. we're going to put a little tomato on the top, and we're going to put some salt on it too. Now you don't have to be as meticulous as I've been. If you don't like tomato, you could put celery. If you don't have celery, you could put a carrot. Set your timer for 30 minutes. Hurry up on this so we can put it in the same time as we can the other one. Okay. You're going to do the same thing with the salt on this one. You're going to do very little bit, just a little bit of salt, mostly on top of the avocado if you can. Okay, that's it. Now it goes into the oven. I'm putting this on the top rack. Alright, so we'll see when it comes out. Nothing like a little bit of steam in your face. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull it out. You can see it's got a nice little tint to it. That's what you want. So I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to put it on top of the stove. On top of the stove top. In all the ways nobody gets hurt. I'm going to pull out the bottom tray and do the same thing. So you see, they're safe that way. And we're going to close the door, and we're going to press clear, which turns off the oven. The door is closed, so it's safe. Now this is what it looks like now, with the light on. We're going to let this cool for a little bit, and then we're going to test it. So we'll see you in a few minutes. So this tray doesn't have garlic on it. So it's got the white tofu, it's got a little bit of tomato, it's got some avocado, and it tastes quite good. I'm going to try this one too, this nice wide piece. So this is a winner. This works. What this one has is it truly has garlic on it. It has all the same thing as the other one. It doesn't have the tomato on top. It's not as pretty as the one with the tomato, but it has garlic on it. And you taste just a little bit of garlic. It's not too salty. It's a very nice flavor. So these would work for an appetizer. And once that's done, everything is better. Okay, so I'm going to put this in a serving tray, which I have right here. And I'm going to show you the end product. Alright, so this was the original tray, and this is the party tray. So you see, you have the two different flavors together, and what it is, as people eat it, hopefully very fast, you can put this other stuff on top, the other food on top. Thank you very much for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
If you like this channel, please subscribe.
Or give us a thumbs up.